Well, what do you know? Go bigger. Go bigger. Always go bigger. Hello, everybody. How we doing this evening? Yeah, just a little dressed down today. It's a little freaking hot in here. It's not hot. It's humid. Humid. Does everybody hear me all right? That's the first question I got to ask. Well, I see if I can. I would say everybody's name, but I want to make sure. I only got what 4 people in here. So we got Brother the Fingers, Chris P, Carl. All right, welcome. Let's see. I'm trying to read what everybody's doing. Think the intro's nice, huh? John Tucci. Easy. And Colt is sure to be around there too. Let's see here. Hello, hello, hello. I got an interesting kind of live going on tonight. A little something different. Maybe not different. It's probably been done before. Something simple. I'm kind of going to go over things here in a minute. I am in the slot car room today. Kind of just been cleaning things up today. That's what I've been doing. Clearwater. I need to get with you. I need to work on some 124s and get them done. My Pontiac's still sitting the way it is. So we're going to talk. We're going to talk. Yes. Let's see here. I do have a second camera hooked up today. Let's see if I can get it. Make sure it's still working. Let's see. Oh, it didn't go there, did it? Go to camera. Go to camera. Go from there. We'll see how long this one lasts. Yeah. Kind of give you a general idea of what's going on. I guess I should get a different angle on that. There we go. As you can see, the track is pretty blank. And I told Daryl Rogers earlier that I didn't have any scenery on the layout. I guess I lied. There's some scenery over here. It's all piled up there. I also got some piled on a shelf back here behind me. Yeah. I do have some track laying out here. Almost all I think it's all my track. Other than what's actually in the big, gigantic oval I built here. And there's a reason for the oval for now. Simplicity. Needed simplicity. Bradley Ahrens, welcome. Let me go back to. Yeah. And I'm playing some dark music here. You can probably hear that in the background just a little bit. Let me go back to the other camera. Well, if it'll let me. And we're back. Oh, and Yukon's down here. Yukon. Come here. Up. Come up here. I don't think I can get him in the camera. He's back here. There he is. Famous Yukon. My Australian. Love that guy. I don't know what he's doing. I just ate dinner. If I was a couple minutes late, somebody made steak on the grill, so I was like, yeah, I gotta go eat that. Nice card. Nice card. I'm trying to catch up on the conversation here. Da, 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 da. I got a few things going tonight. I'm gonna start. I got a card the other day. I was hoping he'd be in here already. B-Rads. Brad Shedso. That's right, I gotta show that one. Wait a minute. I have unmasked slot cars. What? Yeah. I shot a picture of them the other day. The only reason was I had put every car back up on the shelves in their cases, their proper cases. And I was like, hard to believe how many cars you have and how many of them don't actually run. You don't run them very often. You know what I mean? Especially me, 3 years into this, and I'm still playing on a track. I was going to move to the other room. That was what I said last weekend. It's not out of the question still, because I'm trying to figure some things out. I want to leave it in here so I have the size, but BMW. That's a guy I need to talk to. He can come up with a track every week. I can't come up with a track to just stay with. I need to probably watch his channel a lot more, see what track layouts he's got, and get some ideas. I won't lie. I'm drawing a blank right now. I've got a couple things in mind, but I'm really drawing a blank. So I just started off with a basic loop. You can build according to that, right? But I have the track laying out here for a reason. It's not just so you can see how much track I got. For beginners, it's kind of the different track radiation. Radiation. Ha ha ha. Yeah, we could do that, right? What was the other? I could sit there and I got. Yeah. Of course, there could be the one guy. I've been radiated. Oh, yeah, I've been playing with sounds lately. Can't help myself. I mean, it's free, so you got to use what you got, right? Radon gas. Yeah, 20. You're on their 7th. Is that really true? No shit. I don't know what number I'm on, but I'm tired of building them. So I've kind of lost my ambition, or what's the best word for it? Creativity is lost at the moment. I came up with something the other day. I was talking to Shane Hughes about the layout, and I did come up with one thing while I was talking to him, and I showed it to him. He actually liked it, so it'll probably be incorporated in. I just have to figure the rest of it out so it can work that in. All the stuff's off the layout, because that's what we were talking about. We were talking about layouts in general, and my biggest problem with layouts is I always try to build according to what I bought. Guys, I bought a lot of shit. Those of you who are new to this, don't go out and spend a bunch of money on scenery and this, that, and the other. I lack patience, so therefore, I went out and bought stuff before I even needed it. Track is part of it. That's part of the problem too. When you buy a track, sometimes you get overwhelmed with what you bought, and you don't know what to do with it all once you do have it. In my case, like I got a set of 330s here. Now I only have one set of 330 regular. Then I have the 330 banked. But at one point, when I was buying the shoulders, which is all separate from the track, everybody knows this, but new guys might not. It's expensive. I accidentally ordered an extra set of inside curves for the 330s. So I got an extra 633 inside 330 curves. I have no track for it. None. I guess in case I ever break anything or Jane Hub, welcome, brother. I was going to show a few different things tonight. It's going to be more slot car related to a certain degree, as long as I don't, as I told Tad earlier, what was it I said? Damn it. See, here I go. Now I'm going to do it because I said it. If I don't fumble the football, because I'm good at fumbling. Once I get my mind flipped around, it's hard for me to get back on track. But I did want to talk about some basic curves. And there was also Slot Car Hobbyist did a video. It's been 2 weeks ago. He did one this week too, but I was watching it, and one of the guys in the inside in the chat was commenting about speed control, and you can do that with digital. You can also do it with analog, but there's ways of doing that. I'm going to try and show the basics of speed control for your digital system, and then I'm going to show you what you can do with a alternative power supply to run analog. I have an axle box, so I can run analog and digital on the same track. I love to say it too. I was the 15th person, I think, to order the axle box, and I still have my original one. And I haven't had a single freaking problem from it yet. Not one. Other than forgetting to, flip the switches when you go to digital and the car takes off backwards and goes flying off the track at the corner. But haven't we all done that somewhere along the line? Unless your hub here, who's all wooden track, so I don't think they do that. Maybe you hooked up the power supply backwards. You on an 8.5? Now see, I got it set at 14, which I think is regular Carrera digital for 132. I think it's 18 volts, if I'm not wrong, for 124. Now, I can do the control and the power on here on the machine, which I'm going to try and show from my camera up here if it don't die before I get it done. But I usually use my power supply for voltage. The other day I was running, actually prior to all this, I was running at 18 volts just for regular 132. I was having a blast with it. Only because the highest speed on a 415 curve track, oval like this, 14 volts at the highest power. Unless the track gets slick, you can run around this track at full power. That's with my McLaren. This is my favorite test car. See, even the wings kind of bent off a little bit. But no, I'm not going to mess with it right now. Anyway, I've had this car for a while. It's one of my favorite cars to run on the track. This does have the aftermarket. Yeah, that's them. Damn it! Not the. Damn it! Somebody help me out. I'm stumbling. I'm fumbling the football, Tad. Silicone tires. I'll just say that. Let's put it that way for now. Because I have two different types of silicone, so it kind of throws me off every time. And there's Tad. What do you say here? How are all these wonderful? Are they all wonderful, Tad? Oh, we'll leave that out. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk that off the report. I've been in this room all day, sweating pretty good. I didn't think I was going to make it in time. Then dinner came up, and I actually, so I didn't even put my shirt on. I didn't, just put the glasses on. I'm not wearing a hat because it is kind of humid in here. Pick up I know, right? It's 4th and 10. I'm going to run it. Yeah, if you guys, in the tractor puller, guys, if you haven't seen that video, go back and watch Tad's video. He was doing a little Garth Brooks there. Beautiful. It was, what did I just do here? Oh, I need to trim my TV. Is that TV bothering you in the background? I probably get copyrighted for playing that song, but it's AI music, so I don't know why it would be copyrighted. Other than it's the same band that does all the other songs I've been showing lately. Anyway, this Carrera car has been my damaged car. Matter of fact, I'm not sure if I don't know if I have it set up for. Yeah, it's just set up on regular mode. But let's see here. How do I want to do this? This part I didn't plan out very well. Let me do it this way. I'll switch the camera. I'll come back over here. I'll slide over. And we'll bring this down here a little bit. Let's see if we just zoom in a little bit. Get it right on place. Can't really see it that well, can you? I wonder if I get this little light will work. Probably not. I got a flashlight over here. Sometimes you just got to plan the play out real well, right? Okay. I think I can't really, it's not close enough. Not the best angle. And let me clear comments off here. Okay. So obviously when you turn it on, let's just start from there. Regular digital. Axle box is not engaged right now. So powered on. Looks like it's backwards compared to. Why is it backwards? Just follow along with me. This is on the right hand side, so it kind of looks the same. But so you're going to code your car first, obviously. Hit it one time with your controller, which I'm not going to use I'm going to use my True Speed. I'm going to hit my button, and then you'll see. Oh, my car flashed, so let me try that again. You'll see your car flash. Now it's ready to go. So, anyway, I don't know why I stopped over there, but we'll figure that out in a minute. So now you got a speed button. You're wanting to adjust your pit. You know, I need somebody to help me with camera work, right? So you hit your speed button. Now I got this set at full power. You can't see all the lights. There you go. All 5. Now if you hit it that way, now you're at the lowest setting possible. It's going to flash at you. You want it to be on that, you just hit it once. Flashing is the half point. So, or the opposite number, or the odd numbers, I guess. So now you've done it, your car will only go one speed. This is just so if you want to control it for kids. So if I hit it, now we're at number 2. And so on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, max. Okay. This in a digital car will control the speed. Now there's a catch to it because you got to have the car on the track to do it. If I had let's say I set the speed at, we'll just say, set at 3, then you're going to hit the start button. Now it's confirmed that the track is set up for the car to do that speed. However, if you already programmed your car to the highest speed and have it running around the track on a ghost mode, let's just say ghost mode, or you're running around already, it's not going to change the speed at all until you stop the car and redo it. So, I know because I was trying this earlier. I was making sure I knew exactly what I was talking about. So you kind of got to, anyway, I think you get the idea. So we're at 4. I need to get it back over. My car stopped on the other side of the track for some reason, which has got me bothered a little bit because I washed my track before I ever came on here. And all of a sudden now I have no power. So, I can't really even show that to you, can I? You just look at that for a second. Let me see if I can get this car going again. Off camera work. Fumbling the football. The cameraman wasn't watching. I think I know why. I have a joint separation over here. Nothing like setting up your track. There you go. Notice it's going nuts now because I screwed up. Yeah. And the wing come off again. So we're going to take it without the wing. Gotta make sure I got that connection right. And then I knocked the flashlight off. Bear with me. It's all fun and games, man. It's all fun and games, right? That's when I hit this button again, right? But don't shut up until you tell it to shut up. So, yeah. Then you fire a gunshot and get everybody quiet. So, now here we are. I'm going to try to do this properly. So I got the car. I'm going to bring it out here so you can kind of see what's going on. This is at full speed. And I think we can turn it over. I should have put it on ghost mode and done it this way. Camera work sucks. Shoddy. Shoddy at best. I'm not even full throttle on it yet. That's a 415. Okay. So if I hit that speed button, well, it's stopped, I think, if I'm right. So we hit that, we hit start. That's level 1. I am full throttle in it. You're not getting anything out of it. This is good for kids and stuff like that don't know what they're doing yet. You know, they get to run around the track, they get excited, have some fun, because they get to drive a car around. So if I increase the speed, we'll go to level 2, and then hit the start button. You'll see there's not much of a difference, but you can see there's a little bit of a difference. I'm not gonna go through every single one, but so now you got your speed controlled. And it's controlling the power going to the car, basically, is what it's doing, because your power's going to the track. So if I did, I'll show an analog car here in a minute. Let's bring this up to halfway. So 5, that's a halfway point. So now you got this is a reasonable speed for somebody starting off with slot cars, especially for 15 curves. Make people dizzy. Because I have about a second camera to mount up above me. It'd be easy to show if I had the whole track, wouldn't it? That might be the better way. So I need a TAD camera. I need a TAD camera. That's what I need. You know, you got that above view thing there. Oh, it's secure. Yeah, now I lost the camera again. I'm trying to change the camera. There it is. Well, now it's not even showing it. There it is. Yeah. So now we're back over here. Back with the car. That's your general speed, just using your controller down here. What I ought to do is set this up so it's got a full angle so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. See, I didn't know I was going to fumble the football there. It was planned a little differently than that. I was hoping the camera would have a better angle. I don't know. Let me see what I can do here. You guys can. This is part of the live background stuff you got to do. You got to mess with your background camera before you switch back over to it, right? And then let's see if I can get over here. I'm gonna try and get it on the whole track of view. I don't know that I'm gonna do that today. I can't get the whole track. So we'll have to definitely work on that next live. That's where the ball gets fumbled a little bit. Yeah, I was gonna show the different track sizes to you, but that's your basic speed. Now you can control it with your outsourced power supply. You know, which I got hooked up just by wiring it or stripping the wires and hooked it up straight with the gator plugs. Because I haven't set it in place yet. Because I use that also for tuning tires on my car, so I need to be able to unhook it and hook it to something else. I'm sure I keep saying I'm going to buy another power supply. I haven't done it yet. Let me see what the comments are up to because I had that on another thing. Slot cars with Wildman. Yes. Changing voltage changes it. That's what I was talking about with the power supply. Matter of fact, I didn't really show that at the beginning. So if I slowly move my camera, you get to see all the termites in my wall trying to eat my wood. Oh, this thing doesn't move fast enough. La 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 la. See, there I tried to put the camera. Okay, now you go down, and then I want to get in closer. That's all the narrow I can get. What the hell? Let's see here. One way. Reverse. Okay, so as you can see, of course it's backwards in the view, but it's at 14 volts. So now, like I was just showing you guys, I could take this car around the track. No, I don't have it on full speed yet. Let's see here. Okay, this is full speed. Oh, shit. You're not going to see it this way. But I can full speed it. You can hear it. I am full throttling it all the way on the track, and it's not coming off the track. Of course, I have silicone tires. That helps a lot. Okay, so if I do that, and then I take this thing and adjust the volume up to, I'll just take a peek. Or somewhere there close up. Pretty close, right? Pretty close. Now, there's no way I'm going to hold this car on this track. I'm sure you can hear the sound of it now. I'm only getting about half throttle before I hit the corners, and I have to back off. Woo! Did you hear it slide? Oh, Lord. So now it's at 18 volts. I am sorry about the shoddy camera work. Let me bring her back in. The whole idea was to show my face up close. Should I shave my nose hairs while I'm here? Let's take that back just a hair. Yeah. We don't want it that close. That's better. Yeah, maybe a little closer in there. There we go. I do. Gotta love the variable power supply. It helps so much. I was skeptical of it for a long time. I didn't want to do it. I was starting to feel the hot spot. I had my arm over here on the mouse, and I was laying my wrist down on the track itself. And 18 volts, I could feel it just give me a little buzzer on the old wrist there. But this damn thing. I hate cigarettes. Yeah, you know, and that, okay, for those of you new to the hobby, and I'm talking about the variable power supply, you can get these for about $50. I think I paid 40 something and some change to get that one. It's all you need. It goes up to 30 volts. I forget the amps on it. Or is it 30 amps? Nope, it's not 30 amps. Anyway, you can go to Amazon shopping. They got them there left and right. You can find one you want. That's the one I got. It was not the cheapest at the time, but it was the one I had seen other people had, so I bought one. You got one 3 weeks ago. Yes. It helps out a lot if you want to put power, especially not for. I already threw that car off the track, so I can't bring it around. Let's bring on a different car. Ow! My mic's in my way. What if you want to play with a thunder slot? Now Roger sent this to me. He tuned it. It's ready to go. It is not digital, so I can't run on digital. So I'd have to change this, turn all this off, and then I just dropped my controller. You can see I'm not very good at lives when I'm working in this room. Let's see here. Got to flip some switches here. I'm going to turn that one on. So I think I have on a wired controller is I have a thing for it, but I took it off while I was clearing the track. So, I have a place to usually hang it, and it's all right. But the microphone 1, Eric 0. yeah, you're right. Fucker. Oh, excuse my language. Colt's on here, right? Yeah, because the mic's right here. Well, it's clamped onto a piece of wood right here because this table was actually in the other room at one time this week, and it's been cut. The frame's been cut. So it's actually a little bit shorter than the other. So I have a little ridge right here where I can hang the mic and everything onto, and it makes it a little easier than me taking the whole mic out and then putting it on a base. So I was like, what? Break-in tire training chewing? Exactly. Well, and that's what I originally bought mine for. And then Marty had done a thing on it at 2 lines, and he was going to he put the power supply on. The only problem is, I kept asking, where do you cut the power supply when you go to? Because you want to use your same plug. So in this case, I'll bring it out. You're going to use your same plug that came with the base unit anyway, and you're going to cut it. And if I can get it back in here without, that's one thing Career didn't make fun. Oh, see, I left the power on. Should have turned it back off. La, 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 la. So anyway, you're going to cut it. You're going to cut it after the box power supply that comes. I can't even tell you where it is right now. It's over here somewhere. I did not throw it away. You cut it off there. Basically, you'll have a cord that plugs in, goes up to this power supply box, and then right after that, I'd take it a few inches off before you cut it. Cut it so in case you need to wire it back into it for some reason, your power supply burns out and you want to run some slot cars, you can still hook it back. See, everything you keep everything. So now you got a power supply on there, and I started off at the 14 volts, just like the power supply goes, and I was like, okay. And the only reason I did it was because I wanted to run my 124s at their full potential. So, I grabbed the 124. I only have two 124 Carreras. One's a Porsche and one's a BMW, and I think I did it with the BMW. Yeah, it was definitely the BMW, and put it on there and then ranked it up to 18 volts, and it went great. I was like, but it wasn't really that much of a difference, really, to be honest with you. If I run one of my cars I built, they're running off the same motors as a 132. You guys have also, well, most of you have seen my Cobra 49 or 49 Merc, 50 Merc, whatever, 1950 Mercury. Anyway, it runs off of a 132 motor. What? I haven't ran it yet. I'm so sorry, it's a turd. Hey, if Marty's runs well, I'm pretty sure this one runs well too because it came from the same guy. He got the red, I got the yellow. Or I would guess I classify that as orange, I guess. I'm wearing shades, so I got. So yeah, running it this way. I mean, I was gonna show it. I didn't realize I was gonna have such camera problems. It's quiet though. Can you hear that? No magnet. And on a 415 curve, it runs like a great dream. Of course, about any car you run on a 415 curve is going to give you some great grace. Talking about with track layouts, I bought two 415s. I've always had them at the beginning of my track, to take off because I didn't like, even when my kids when they did race with me, when I first started off with the track, I had an analog and I had the 160 curves. So every time you made that first curve, there was a pileup right off the bat because everybody's gunning it to try and get around that corner and get started and try and beat each other. And I always hated that. Even when I went to I didn't get 230s till after the 415s. But the 415, I was like, that leaves me plenty of room. So I bought the one. Well, I liked it so much. I was like, well, why can't I have it at the end where you're coming back around to the start finish line? Now there's where the problem lies. Now I bought two 415 curves. They're quite a bit more than your other tracks as far as buying them in a set. And that's the biggest problem with spending money on track stuff. I want to use everything. So when I buy 415s and they're the most expensive track pieces to buy, you want to use both sets because I have two sets. So I've always tried to leave them in the same place every time. And, basically the only time they're really good like this is an oval because they take up a whole 4x8 table, except for the center of it, but the outside edge, it takes up, it's like 7 foot something that goes across. It takes up a lot of space. So when you really could classify my track, it's 20 foot long. Well, I got two 4x8s that are using just the 415 corners. So I'm barely got, 12 feet of straight track in between them. I mean, that's all you're really getting at it because you put those big curves on there. Whereas if I elbowed them, or did some smaller curves, I could fit more into, the area. Um, so I have a tendency to do that, and then that makes it hard because now you took up 8 foot of 4 foot by 8 foot space, and it's very hard to if you're punching your gas, or you're punching your throttle, and you're going around that corner. What are you going to put into? Are you going to give it a technical curve because you're probably throttling at full power going through that curve, and you're going to come off every time. It's unless you practice on it enough to know it's there, you're going to come off that track every time. You're going to de-slot, and you're going to get frustrated because you're going to have to chase your car every time. And so, yeah, it gets a little frustrating. I'll tell you what, next time I use my phone camera, I'll just take it off the base and carry it. And that way I can run to the end of the track or something. Show it better. Sorry, thinking while I'm talking. My brain never stops. I really want to show this car because this car is great. I didn't bring any cleaner in here. I cleaned the tires before I brought it over here, but this car, well, any Thunder Slot, but this one really moves and it really hangs well with no magnet in it. And I tend to keep magnets in, like the Carrera cars. I'll keep my magnets in them. I very rarely take them out. It's the higher end cars that I am learning to take the magnets out to learn how to use them. Now, I only brought this one over here as far as my high end cars. So I wanted to show it going on the track, which I'll show you here in a minute. Okay, but we were talking about 415 curves. Okay. For those of you who are new, we'll just bring a piece of each track over here, and I'll just talk to you about what it does. Okay. I'll just start with these first three. It's the first three, but let's just start with the basics. So, if I'm not mistaken, let me double check. This is your basic curve for a Carrera track. Okay. This is what you're going to start off with when you buy that box. So this is the sharpest corner you can make. I'll use Daryl's car for a second. So if I can get this slot, there's no magnet, so I have to hold it on here. But you're making a pretty sharp turn, and it doesn't look like it's that bad. But when you're going at a higher speed, this curve's pretty freaking fast, and it makes it easy to make a 90 degree, which is where I bring up the next thing. So this is a 130 curve. Two of these makes up 160 curve. Now what they're good for, the 130s, is, and I didn't do it because I didn't put two of these together, but usually what it'll do is now if you had two of these, you put this on the third piece, you just made an elbow. So now it'll have a 90 degree turn, which makes it kind of nice. You can almost kind of see it right now. If I had the second track in there. So then it'd be going off like this. So, but they're really sharp. They're not much fun. They are good in certain technical situations. I always try to keep one 160 curve always on my track when I'm building. If you guys have seen the design, I've always had a 160 curve somewhere. I also have a foam mountain that goes right in the middle of it, makes it look really good. But so let me break this back down again. So we're going to take the 130 back off. So now you got your 160. All right. Depending on space, you're going to decide to try and buy some more track. All right. Well, let me give you a comparison. This is a 230 curve. Now this is going to be hard to do. Let's just say, can you see? Let me bring it back. Can you see the difference in your curve? So this is your sharpest. This is your next sharpest. Works well with 130s also for doing the same thing. But you can combine them. Nobody said you couldn't combine them. I'm bad about that. So you can start off pretty sharp, but you can work yourself into a wider turn coming out of this. You may have to slow down a little bit for this one, but then you can start speeding up again, or vice versa. You can go in and then have to slow down a little more, so you have a little more braking time before you hit the curve completely. So, yeah, that's your basic knowledge right there. 160, which is what you come with. 230 is the next best. These are really good. Very great for technical. I actually use them for just that. When I'm wanting to make a sharp turn, I usually use this just to change direction. Usually is how I use them. They're used for different things. But we'll get to that topic here shortly, because I told you I'm not going to fumble this football. It just may be a little messed up. I may be going, squirrel! Did we not talk about that last weekend? So then you're going to go to your next step. Well, okay. You got to put a little bit more room to play with. You got a 6-foot table. You can make a wide turn on a 6-foot table. You don't have an 8-foot table, so 8-foot wide table, so you can't run 415s. I won't be able to show you a 415 really, because it's already on the track and that's all I have. This one's got a shoulder on it. Let me take that off real quick. I'll get the shoulders here in a minute. This is a 330 curve. Actually, this is honestly my favorite. It's a nice, comfortable curve. Now, this is where it gets really hard to do. So, we try this again. Now you went from a 160. Let's see if I can do this. We'll use my chin. Oh, okay. So now you went to a 230 curve. Come in, looking at the 330 curve. That is awesome. Now 415 is even better than the 330, or 330. It goes a little bit more straight, but it's shorter pieces. So maybe I should hold it this way. Maybe the best way to do this. See, I should have set this up a little better. Didn't plan this part out very well, now did I? See if I can get it to show up on the track. I'm going to put them all on their ends. You kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can see that very well. Let me bring the camera down a little bit. I'll just do it by hand. These are your curve radiuses. This one will be in your 330. This one's your 230. This is your 160. Look how much, quite a bit of difference, really. But like I said, you can see between the 230 and 330, not much. The 230 to 160 seems like the biggest change. It didn't. I mean, look at that. So I would show you a 415, but you're going to see it on my track. So, because that's what I'm running right now for all 415 curves. I just wanted to show you the different track elements so you can kind of figure out. 330 will go around 6 foot. I can do a 6 foot curve with this. Now, I don't have all the track in the world, and I'm not going to sit here and keep talking to you from my belly. My belly. Which has got a steak in it right now. Pretty good. Oh, anyway. So, again, I just knocked an element out. 130s will work with any of these. Again, 2 of these is a 160. So you got to remember that. You're still putting a pretty hard turn. It will go through this curve better than it will 160 because you're only doing it briefly. If you go into a 230 or a 330, it does really well. I didn't believe that when I first got these. I bought these to make my 160 turn radiuses of 90 degrees so I could go straight. And but I'm one of those people. I don't believe in filling a whole table up with track. I didn't do that with trains, and I won't do it with slot cars. I can promise you it won't happen. So that brings that up. The other thing that comes with track, a big mistake people make, is it depends on what you're trying to do. Curves. These are called shoulders. But you buy these separately from the track. They do not come with it. They make it for each kind. You got an outside and you got an inside. This happens to be an inside for a 330 curve. Then you got your outside for 330 curve, which I'll show you here from an overview here in a little bit of all the track pieces. That is where they get you. It's expensive to do that. I did it, and sometimes you feel like you just wasted so much money on shoulders because I bought shoulders for everything. Matter of fact, the funny part was like I told you with the 330s earlier, I bought an extra set. I realized I didn't need those. It wasn't the one I wanted. I wanted an extra set of 230 curves, and I never actually went out and bought those. So I have a ton of 330 inside curves. I have less inside 230 curves than I do 230s. So, it's all fun and games. I do need to kind of try and catch up on the chat a little bit, don't I? We had various curved track pieces. Tracks would not have much technical. Here, this has been brought up before. In this last week, I've been having conversations. Because again, I've had a lot of issues with my brain wanting to function on how to build a good layout that I'll like. And here's my problem. It was just I look at other people's tracks, kind of get an idea of what a track looks like. That's as far as I'm going to go with that conversation right now. I'm on track with her. We come up with a new title for my channel every time. I put Santa Sunday in this time just because it rhymed and I couldn't think of anything else at the point. Maybe that's what I should be known for. What title is he going to name his live this time? Oh, shit. Anyway, I had to extend my track. Clips were cheap compared to the car I had to buy. Yes. Now, you know what? I'm going to go to camera for a minute. Let me grab my camera. Move it this way. Just my phone. Switch over cameras. Because it's going to die before too long if it's sitting here with no charge on it. All right. So let's go back over this. So you can see what I'm seeing. Yeah, I got the 130s, 160s, 230s, 330s. Now, everybody knows I have a bank curve, so that's a 330 bank back there. It does not use the same inside curves as the 330 regular, so because it's banked. Same with the outer, it's different. Now, some of mine are painted, so forgive me. But then, so then you come over here and you're looking at things. This is your straight track. You gotta buy a straight corner. Write the straight pieces for all of those. These are your cross sections. I have two of them in here, and my pit lane only because I already have them in place and I didn't change them. I haven't put these in yet. That's part of the digital system. These are the double crossovers. I got 3 of those, and I've got another. It's right there. Then you got your short pieces. These are quarter pieces. So you got quarter pieces. Now you need shoulders for those. This is your half. I think it's 1/3, if I remember correctly. You can always look by looking right here. They'll always tell you what the track is. So, 1/3. I don't have any on here because they're already in place. You can see one of them is blue over there. There's one on the other end too. So, now, every time you buy these corner pieces, these shoulder pieces, you're probably going to get 2 to 4 of these. Usually 2, sometimes 4. They start to add up after a while. They're good for certain things, like, button up here, and you don't want to put shoulders over on this side, so you can put it right here and put it in place. I'm not going to do that right now because this is a Carrera timer here. So yeah, I would do something like this. Have one of these. Of course, it wouldn't want to come right apart like it would any other time. But yeah. Now it butts up your end, so it makes it kind of look a little clean. Again, not painted. I've been painting my track. If you haven't noticed, that's blue. I have not painted the curves yet. And then we kind of got a red going on right in here. I didn't paint that because my axle box was on it, and I'm not taking that off yet. The old pit lane's red. Then it goes back to, all the track's blue. It's even blue over here. We'll just walk around. Helicopter mode, like old times. Also gives me a chance to grab my car. Now, clips. You get these things left and right. Unbelievable. They're everywhere. And you know how many of those? This thing used to be completely full. The problem with these clips are they'll clip a piece of track together. After a certain period of time, one will be down further than the other, and they just don't hold. What do? You pull them out, you throw them away. I'm not even going to mess with them. I got too many of them to even care. With your 330 curves, you get some of these with the package. They don't give you any straight ones, but they'll have the angled ones on there. These are just a few of them. They break real easy, so I'm looking at different ways to do that, and I've got an idea in place. So, yeah. Also, on your curves, a piece of wood underneath there, 3/4 inch. You can bank it a little bit so it looks a little better. See, again, no color change. Then you come back into blue track. So, this is my lane I put in for changing over to my pit when I go back around. I do not have any digital corners where I can switch lanes. So then you come all down here. It goes back around. We're doing a lot of painting, but again, you buy all this track, and it gets kind of crazy. You can buy too much track. If I had a full layout, I'd still have a ton of straights left, and I think I still got another set of straights in the back. In the other room, I got some worse, I think 160s back here. Things like that. So, what was I showing earlier? I wanted to show this car going around the track, didn't I? It will shut off on its own after a period of time from sitting there. For any of you that are new to it, if you're going to put something on your computer or something on the track, like I did in this case, make sure you put something to insulate it from hitting the metal. You get any metal on any of the tracks, it's going to short circuit everything. So, what did I do? Now we're back on. I am at full speed on this. I should probably slow it down, but I'm okay. So then, let's kind of stand up and I'll try and do this. This is the car Daryl got me. I can't go. I forgot I moved that timer out in the middle to show you that one thing, didn't I? See? Fumbalaya. Oh, and the track separating right there, too. Try this again. Uh-oh. Now I had a rattle. We got a rattle. Daryl, I fucked it up already. Well, let's take a look. The brake's getting dirty. But I'm not seeing the rattle problem. That's not normally there. So I apologize. This has no magnet, mind you. I wanted to build a wood track just for. I wonder if the gear mesh is off now. I didn't hit it that hard, I didn't think. I'm not even trying to go fast. Hold on. There we go. You can still throw it out. Now I'm really confused. See, you can't see my eyes right now. I can see my glasses. What's going on here? Did I break the? No, it's still putting back in place. I will have to look at it, Daryl. I don't know what I did. I'll have to look at it with you. So, I don't know what I did. Damn it. I was trying to show you a good car, too. Just will set that to the side. I did get a couple of cars from my buddy Rob's sale overseas. I have not shown them other than maybe in pictures. This is, I think, a fly, if I'm not mistaken. This is a fly. Check it out. Now, I have not had much time with these cars, so we're going to just take it easy. If I get my camera on right. See if it's got a magnet in it or not. I don't think it does. A little noisier than the Thunderslot. Great if I had a wireless controller so I could show you different angles, right? Not bad. Oh, I can't remember if it had a magnet in it or not. I think it does. Well, it has a magnet. Pretty powerful magnet, obviously. Whew, look at that. We riding up the mic boom. Yeah. This is a powerful car right here. Oh. Roughly about the same size as that Thunderslot. Then he also sent me one of these. Since he's a Ford guy and I'm a Chevy guy, he decided to send me this. This is a, if I remember correctly, this is a Hornby car, Corvette. I know when I did run this one, I don't like the guide on it. It doesn't hold into this track very well. But it does light up in a way. So. It's a little noisier. Woo! Look at that slide. I was too busy paying attention to the camera to catch it. So, shit. Now what do I do with it? I know I have one. This is when you own a long boom arm, so you can get a hold of your cars. Let me bring it back over. All right, let's try that again. Again, I didn't bring anything to clean my wheels. So, let's try that again. Woo! That's what I do like about no magnets. That's why I want to wood ride a track. So I can fish start doing drifts around the corners. But like I said, that guy doesn't want to hold it in the track very well at all. Nonetheless, I appreciate Rob sending these two. Didn't ask for them. I had helped him out with a HO car he was looking for. And he sent me these two. In the meanwhile, I was like, what the hell? You didn't even send me anything. I mean, whatever. I'm just trying to help a buddy out. I should just use this camera all along. B-Rads sent me some stuff. Sorry, I'm going to jump rope here. Just use this camera for a minute. So I got some new stickers from him. One's already on the wall in there. And he gave me this card. It says, have a furry best Christmas. In July. Because I should so. And he said, I can't even read it from here. He said he got his button gear and sent these off. And so here's a little secret I'm going to tell you. I wasn't going to say anything. B-Rad, I went to put your sticker on the wall. And I realized I already have your sticker. So you know what that means? I'm the asshole that didn't send you one back. I guess I got to do that. So, yeah, we'll just go with that. I suck ass. I dropped the football. But I appreciate you sending me the other set. And I especially like the card, so that was cool. So I apologize. That was just something I did. Yeah, pretty rad. Do it again. Yeah, right. So that kind of, yeah. So here we go. There's one I want. Here's something else I need to show you. Let me show you my Pepsi can right here. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, you guys have seen the Cheddar's car already by several people, including myself. If I get the right angle so you can see it. You can tell this is live, and it wasn't performed live in front of a studio audience and then recorded to put out here. I had watched Herrera Carrera's old Joe a couple weeks ago, and had a guessing game on numbers to win some tires. The word I couldn't say earlier. Quick Slicks! So I got 2 sets of these, and he told me what car, pick what car, and I was like, I had just gotten this car, and it's got the stock tires on it. But I wanted to let him know I did get them in. I have not put them on yet because I want to do a video. I'm going to try and use that Carrera timer over there. I'm going to time it with the basic tires, and then I'm going to time it with the Quick Slick tires on it. That probably will not be tonight. The only reason being, that takes a little bit of time to do all that. And I'm not going to drive it properly with the wrong camera. So, let's get this thing back where I want it to be. The camera. There we go. And there's my eyes. Ah! Blinded by the light. Yeah, this battery's we're like 20%. I probably need to shut this one off. I'm not sure I got it off yet or not. There's one way to do it. I think it's gone now. Okay. So close this up. So I'm still trying to figure out a layout. I've had some conversations with Tad about it too. I got something I'm working on for Tad right now. He doesn't even know about it. I'm loving it. You'll see it when he shows it. I've been working on something pretty big. It's pretty big. I think he's gonna love it. But anyway, as most of you guys know, Tad only lives about 40 minutes from me, if that. It depends on how fast I want to drive that day. The oval does work for now, and that's kind of how this happened. When was it? Thursday night, Friday night? So I knew I wanted to get it. I wanted to get the oval on, and I wanted to use it for my live tonight. But the reason I wanted the oval in the first place was I don't think I'm having enough time with my slot cars to really enjoy the whole hobby. Because all I do is build tracks, and I think I'm going to leave that to Ryan. I think that's how that's going to have to stay. Simplicity is key. Now, people ask. I've been asked if why I don't do a lot of technical. The big thing is, and I was talking to Tad about this yesterday morning, trying to consult, throw some opinions around. I just want to get some opinions. I originally started this, and I've said this a million times, and I'm going to say it again just because I like to say it. This was never supposed to be a completely just a slot car thing. It was not supposed to be my passion to do that. I never intended for it to get this big. The original plan, I was a train guy. I had picked up a slot car track, and the only reason I wanted digital was because of the ghost car mode. I didn't know it shut off after 20 minutes, but if you don't run another car. But the fact that it could run around on its own. I thought it'd be great to go with my train layout and my Christmas Village, which is that's how this was all set up. That's what it was supposed to be. I was never going to build a GT layout or whatever you want to call it. It was always supposed to be a Christmas Village that had cars running around through it. At the same time, I had trains running around through it. And I always wanted to make it so the cars were going the opposite direction of the trains. So, box and A-walls! And hey, anybody else I've missed out there, I apologize. I haven't been reading the chat very much. I've been kind of running around trying to show off my bullshit. Well, smoking a lot of cigarettes. I don't know why. That's because they keep going out, and I'm putting them in this ashtray right here. But anyway, you probably get tired of that song in the background by now because it's been on repeat for, well, all day. Nick V would appreciate it. I know he would. See, if I turned it up, he'll know what I'm talking about. Here, I'm going to do it real quick. If I get hit for this, who gives a shit? It's all about the Deadly Clowns, man. Cortex US. A little heavier music. The dark side of Santa. One of my favorite songs by them. They have another one that's a little softer. God, I'm trying to remember the name of that right now. But anyway, I've liked this video from the get-go. Actually, I like their music because I like a little bit of that. I like their background music more than the lyrics, but so much so that I actually created the characters. I created the ringmaster that's in the circus in the videos. Then I created him a woman to go with it, and now they're sitting in my other room, which I could go grab, but I'm not going to. They're both in 1/24 scale, just like my Santa Claus and my Mrs. Claus. So it kind of shows this is the dark side, this is the light side. I have both sides. Don't we all? But they're characters for later on in my stories when I get that far. But that was where I was supposed to be by now. So I apologize. 3 years, almost 4. I'm in my 4th year, I think. I think it's even longer than that. 4 years, and I have not completed a layout, and I really desperately want one done by Christmas. Especially with the proxy I'm trying to push out, which I still haven't got all the details on. Looking for 12 cars. Christmas themed. Using, and here I'm going to change it up a little bit. You can build your car. It has to have the 22K, 21 or 22K motor, Predator motor in it. It can be a 3A, 3D. It can be a brass. And I'm also allowing 1/24 scale. It's not about a race. It's about the creation. I'm not, you guys know me, I'm not a times guy. I really don't do times on my track. I care less. A win's a win to me. If you're racing with somebody on the track and you come in first, who gives a shit how fast I did it? I beat you. So that's kind of how I look at things. I used to time things on the smart app, smart race track, and I was like, I just didn't see the point. I guess if I wanted to see if I was doing more tuning than what I do right now, which I'm planning to do, I plan to get on maybe a couple of racing tracks a couple times and just see how I do. But that'll be when I start tuning cars. Christmas parade. Exactly. You're right, Tad. For a while with her. What? That's being. I missed some part. I have 3 sides. Could you, would you, should us? Exactly the fingers. The problem is I defeat myself. I'm an overthinker. I have a tendency I can't stop thinking. It takes me forever to go to sleep at night. But I only probably sleep 4 hours because my brain wakes me up saying, hey, go do this. I get a track layout done. I end up showing it to you guys, but there's one part of it that's bothering me. And I notice it when I'm usually showing it to you guys. So then I go, oh, okay. Wait a minute. What do you say? I just got a 75K motor. No 75K motors in the Christmas cars. I'm not going to be responsible. And I certainly don't want the hole in my wall that's going to make when I crash it into it. 75K. Come on, Daryl. Work with me here, buddy. But yeah, I'll find one part of my track that I just don't like, or I'm trying to fit something else there. I want, because it's like that. You guys have seen my fuel station, Dasher's fuel station. That damn thing's a pain in the ass to find a place for it to sit where it looks right. You can't just put it anywhere because it doesn't look right if you don't put it in a certain place. Yeah, 75K is what he said. Yeah. Although that would be interesting on this oval track, wouldn't it? What do I have to set my voltage at, Daryl? Let's see what you say about that first. You can put a 75K motor in it. What voltage should I? 20 volts. That's minimum? Jesus Christ. So we'll run it a full 30 volts and see how fast we can get that son of a bitch to run. Excuse my language. So my Sundays are dark, aren't they? I cuss a lot. Yeah. I'm not watching this video one more time. Not that I don't care. It's been on all day. Where's the other one I like? There it is. The Empty is another one by Cortex US. I love that one. It's actually going more over ballad, but good song. Anyway. So yeah, rid the braids to the weld the braids to the rails. They probably would weld on their own, just going that fast. Sound barrier breaker. That's right. All right, now you got me interested in buying a 75K motor just to see what would happen. My power supply does go to 30 volts. That's his top out. Easy. You're leaving me already. I don't blame you. I have a hard time getting to your life, so yeah. Some days is getting ready for everything else to start up again. It'll look like Back to the Future. Yeah, we'll have flames flying at the last moment when it gets ready to go in the curve. Other than the car won't disappear, other than it hits the wall and puts a hole in it, sort of like you see in the Bugs Bunny cartoons, like Roadrunner and Coyote. Coyote go through the paper and it'll have the silhouette. Oh, let's get on cartoons now. All right. Well, I have a big industrial fan in this room. I have it turned off right now because it's really, really loud. It's not loud to me. It would be loud as far as the air flowing across the mic, so that's why I turned it off. Yeah, that's where I don't know much about power as far as electricity going to a car. What are your, other than amperages and stuff like that, can't go over a certain limit for the motor or whatever. But, where does it end? And when are you taking a risk of just burning up every motor you put on the track if you put it at a certain voltage? So, I thought just going to 18 volts was enough. But I think I hit 22 once. And I just was having a hard time struggling. I was struggling with the cars, trying to full throttle them. And so I just backed it off again to 18 so it was controllable. That's where I can run at right now. Although I don't really need that much power. Well, okay, I need that much power for me. Because usually it's just me, so I'm going to run my car as fast as I can around this track. That's the funny thing about an oval. I will claim it could probably be boring. However, based on that, and everybody always trying to get their cars to go the fastest they could. You're not going to get it much faster than a 450 on a Carrera track. I'll restate that. On a Carrera track, you got a 415 curve on both ends and straightaways down between each one. And depending on how long it is, you're going to be able to crank up some speed before you get to that next corner. And even then, your braking, you can ease off a little easier because, we run 17 volts at Dayton and 14 in Cincinnati. Okay. Well, I'm running 18.3 right now. And right now it's using 0.12, 0.11 amps. Yep. And there's nothing running. I don't even have a car on the track itself. What's this? I don't know. Another thing. Okay. I can't stop talking about slot cars tonight. So now you bought all this track. You ain't going to use it all. Don't give it away. You never know what it might not be. You might not be able to get a hold of it. It might be sold out. But if you ever say that about 160s, call me. I'm telling you, it don't matter if they're sold out of 160 curves. I don't think anybody they'll ever be outsold, and you can find them everywhere on the internet. So if you need a 160 curve, you can find them. Everything else, yeah, you're good. I've actually, if you guys have seen my pet garage, which is not on the table tonight, believe it or not, the inside garage part where I put the cars is actually a Carrera track. I just cut it up because I have too many. I had too many straights. Um, Smoky, yeah, Smoky Unique was my hero. Pet. In which car? Didn't he have the Olds and the Camaro? You settled for a 10-foot? I could put another, if I pushed this against the wall and left it in an oval, which I could do that, um, I could get this table to 24, I think 24 feet if it went all the way to the back corner, back where my that cabinet is. It's lit up with all my cars that are in boxes and not in cases. I could get, I think it's 20. Wait a minute, let me think. 22. I could get a 24-foot or 24-foot length track. So that would give me, let me see here. Well, roughly I'm running 12 foot of straight track right now. So you put another 24. So I got it at 20. So I put another 4-foot table on here. I'm only going to add 4 more feet. So I'd have a 16-foot straightaways. That wouldn't be bad. I could do it. It'd also give me more room. I could put a little love seat here behind me with a couple end tables, and you can sit back there and watch me speed. Then you get pulled over by the police all the time. I mean, you got to keep that kind of quiet, of course. You don't want to tell people about that because then you might have the police actually showing up. Would we want to do that? I mean, that could be bad. Not good at all. Holy. Oh. Anyway. I got to put my sound since I got them on here. My favorite ones. Like Revenge of the Nerds. Oh. Now we're getting into movies. Oh, shit. Where are you putting yours up? I agree, Daryl, when you are putting yours up. Wait a minute. We need cattle barns for our tracks. Actually, I just need more wall space for fucking hanging more cars. But I'm good at the moment. I have plenty of room for plenty of more cars. I don't plan to be buying too many livery cars anymore. I really, really, really enjoy my own cars. Um, so if they're test cars and I paint them, that's different. I still consider that not a livery car. Even like my poly cars over there. I got those $30 poly cars over there. The BR, not that. I do this every time. I have 4 Maseratis, and the rest of them are the Subarus. And I can modify all of them, and I can paint them all. I got 6 different colors in the Subarus, and then I got 1 Subaru different bottle, and then I've got 4 colors in the Maseratis, and they're all $30 cars. I bought them because originally that was going to be that was what I was going to give my kids to race on the track for a Christmas race every Christmas. But I bought them that way because I thought, well, they could paint up their own cars, this, that, and the other, and they all sounded like they were interested. Nobody's ever brought up the attention they want a car so they can paint it. So that's pretty much out. 40 by 40 is what I'm shooting for. Yeah, I need a pole barn. I could use just a shed right now because I just need some stuff that goes out in the shed. I don't have a shed right now. I tore mine down. It was bumblebees had chewed enough holes in it, and the roof was terrible on it when we got here, when we bought the house. And I finally had it hauled off. There was more rain going in the shed than it would be if you stood outside the shed, believe it or not. I know you don't believe me, but I'm telling you. You can do a lot with heads. What? In my 4x8. 4x8. I still want a wooden oval. I mean, I guess I could do it on this track by itself. I could leave it this way. They got a lot of extra track for no reason. But I always wanted the oval to run my 124s to do the drifts around the corners. And I didn't want it to be just a straight oval. I wanted it to be a dog bone. I'm talking to Tad about that. Now I could just drift the car. They don't have magnets in them. They're brass chassis. And since I like the muscle car area anyway, they're going to slide around the corners just fine. So it's not. So I thought, why not build a wood track for that? And then every once in a while I could throw let's say I get a couple of cars that I'm going to take to a wood routed track race, and I take them up there. Then I can actually test them out on my track before I go, in the straightaways or whatever. A little bit in the corners, I guess, for weight. I don't know. I'm not a tuning kind of guy yet, so I do basic tuning. And matter of fact, that not Maserati. Yeah, that's it. My McLaren. This has another motor in it now because the other one burned out, and it burned out just recently. So that came out of one of my BMWs I never use. I was going to repaint the body on the BMW anyway, but I got everything out of it, and then I realized I screwed up on something, and yeah, so it's still sitting in there. I'll never put it back together. It'll just be parts. It's a parts car now, but I put the motor in this one. So the sad thing is that McLaren motor I had in there. It was my fastest Carrera car that I had that I know of. 8-foot section, and unless I could talk Marty into making me a 8-foot section to go in the middle, it would be a 16x4 lane oval. Okay. If I ever win the lottery, there will be signs. I don't even need the $1 million lotteries. I just, give me a little bit of money and I buy a piece of property with a. I tell Tad this all the time. I was like, there's property here in Chandler, Indiana, and they're empty buildings. They're just empty. I mean, obviously they don't look that well on the outside, but they were like some kind of machine operated building of some kind. They've been gutted or cleared out and everything else. I'm like, yeah, go in there and just build the super layouts, build a few layouts, and buy a couple of wood grouted tracks I know are for sale in the area. Well, north of us. Pop them in there, redo those, and then start my own. But I'd have to win the lottery because that way, if nobody shows up, I'm not out anything other than I have room for all my tracks. But then my wife would be pissed because I'd never be home. Damn concrete costs, but everything's ridiculous. I mean, just look at just buy a wooden shed now. They're ridiculous. You're out of here. Carl, go have fun with your terraforming. And I hope you enjoyed a little bit of this. I was just trying to touch base. Didn't quite stay on pattern with what I was trying to do, but I think the basic idea was covered. I was just trying to show some basics, mainly with the speed control, not really from the power supply as much as coming from this. To answer that guy's question, I don't even know if you watch this channel, but I wanted to put it out there so it's available. I think sometimes we just got to touch base on things we've already covered before, or most of us already know, but there's new people out there that don't. Bring it to their attention. Like I brought out that polycar track. I still don't know what's wrong with that second lane. Now, the funny thing is, when I was taking that track apart, I started taking piece by piece off of it, and I was checking that second lane. I finally got it. It started working again. I was like, so it must be a piece of track of some kind. But I haven't figured out what it is. So it ain't set up right now. It's all piled up in the other room again. I'll probably end up selling it only because I'm disappointed in the power supply that goes with it. So I have a Carrera Go track, but it's got rust on the rails, which I didn't think they would rust, but they do. These don't. I guess unless they're submerged in water. nothing's going to get any cheaper. Nothing. I don't see it happening. I mean, it's made it tight for everybody, hasn't it? None of us really got the money that we used to have to be able to do things. I won't lie. I'm kind of in the broke situation with the slot cars as far as buying. I used to buy a lot of slot cars all the time because I had the money. Things have been a little tighter lately, so I'm not buying as many slot cars. It's not that I don't want them, but I got to eat. And tonight I had a steak, so I can't. I must be doing all right with that part. I don't eat steak at home. I usually go out for steak, but steak, mashed potatoes. Here goes my dogs. There's my dog, Negan. What are you doing, Negan? What are you doing, Negan? He's like, I want to lay down somewhere cold. And out of the weekend, it rained. I did have some water earlier in the week, but this weekend, Friday night, it rained from, well, I was at work. So it started raining around, I want to say 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Rained till 7 or 8 in the morning. Pretty steady there in Evansville, but I guess when I got home, my wife said it didn't rain that much here. But yeah, I didn't have any water in the basement. The last water I had came from the fireplace, so I think maybe my flashing might be part of my problem. It was grilled steak, if that helps anybody get hungry. I do love steak, but I treat it as a specialty, so I usually go out for it. But yeah, I kind of ran out of things to say. Did I cover all the things I was going to cover? Well, I got to run some cars. I still want to run this other car that Daryl's sitting in. I got to find out what the hell happened. It doesn't look like it's cracked or anything. It's got that rattle in it now. It didn't have before. Oh. And no, it's not doing it. All I did was wobble the wheels around a little bit. Oh, there it goes again. It sounds like I'm not hearing anything. But it sounds like something's dragging. Does that make sense? Not from the, like, putting a piece of string in a can on the back of it that's dragging. Chris P, you going to bed? Grandkids wore you out this weekend, didn't they? Man, we had so much rain in the first 6 weeks of a winter. Well, what's unusual is we usually get our rain like the April flowers, or April showers brings May flowers. April and May is usually our rainiest season. Then we get a little bit in June, and then by July we're going through a friggin' drought. It's hot, muggy, nasty. It's all those now, but it's still doing a lot of raining. It was raining earlier, so at least as far as I know, I've been down here all day. There are no windows in this room. I just kept seeing on my phone saying rain in your area or whatever, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know. I've been on here tonight. An hour and a half. Not bad, huh? Nick B, I'd like to play more music for you, but I think I'm gonna get. I don't even know what it's playing right now. Oh, I think it's playing some Breaking Benjamin right now. But anyway, I listen to all types of music, so I just happened to come across that Cortex US, and I actually like a lot of the songs they have. There's some that I can't stand, but yeah, the tornadoes have missed at least me for a couple of weeks. Ted had that one that wasn't very far from him. But guys, I guess I'm going to go ahead and jump off here. And I hope you enjoyed the show. It was something a little different. I actually stayed more on the slot car topic than usual. A few laughs, I hope. I was trying to think of something I was going to bring up. There was something else I wanted to say, and I can't remember what it was now. La 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 la. Doesn't matter because I don't remember it. So, guys, I hope you all have a great evening and getting ready to start up another work week. Um, I will try to. Well, I'm going to try and keep these Sundays going, whether I got anything or not. Um, I just enjoy talking to everybody, and I think if I keep keep my time frames, things will stay smooth. Because I was worried, because I miss all these lives Sundays, and then all of a sudden somebody else does one. I'm giving them the impression that I won't be doing one all the time, and they're going to jump on board. And I'm not trying to stop them. I'm just trying to stay consistent, so you guys can count on me when I'm going to be on. So anyway, y'all have a great night, and I will catch you later.